You are now joining the meeting.
I think we're in. Yeah. Hello, this is Derek. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're done with practice and about ready to head up to Evanston, so I'm going to turn it over to Coach for some opening comments, and then we'll take your questions.
First thing we'll do is kind of recap last week. You know, obviously for us right now, our focus is on getting better offensively, because certainly our defense was good enough to win last week, giving up 62 points and change, holding teams to 39%, 33 from three. You know, obviously going into the week, we'd have taken that and ran with it. I do think our defense has gotten a lot better. Statistics show that. National stuff shows that. Conference stuff shows that. So I think we're heading in the right direction there. Got to be a lot better offensively, and you got to, you know, when you look at it, you know, try to take your emotion out of it and figure out execution-wise where we can improve, but also say, hey, you know, sometimes, and certainly in the case of stretches of both home games this week, we just missed shots. And I think the right guys are taking them. I like our shot balance, very comfortable with that. And we've got to, you know, knock a few more in and then try to control a few things that we saw detail-wise from an execution standpoint where we could improve. I thought our offensive rebounding effort was really good in both games, and it gave us a chance to get second chance opportunities, so that was good. But all in all, you know, our offense has got to, you score 43 points like we did in one game and, you know, 59 in the other, and, you know, shoot 4 for 22 from three. It's going to be really difficult, even if your defense is good, which I thought it was good last week. So really we've, you know, tried to work over the last couple of days here to, you know, try to get some balance when it comes to the offense and the defense. You know, in terms of Northwestern, obviously they're playing, you know, really good basketball, and, you know, have won, you know, whatever it is. I have it in front of me, but they've lost, I think, 3 games in their last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What would that be? It's just, I'm trying to do the math here in my head. Like they've won like 14 out of 17 roughly. So they're playing well. You know, obviously they played really well at home, like and done a good job of playing well on the road, and gotten off to a good start in Big Ten play. As you watch them, I'm really impressed with their defense. I think they defend well. They play with good energy on that side of the ball. You know, they rebound it well. You know, obviously the kid Pardon has had some, you know, astronomical numbers when it comes to rebounding in certain games, but it's more than just him. You know, I've always respected Lumpkin in terms of kind of his lunch pail mentality. I think he's, you know, very adds a physicality to their team and a toughness to their team that I really appreciate when I watch him. You know, their perimeters obviously are very talented and can score the ball and also have the ability to make others better. You know, the kid Brown has come off the bench a lot, but has started in Scottie Lindsey's absence here recently, and he's, you know, a guy that can really scares you to death because he can put points on the board in a hurry. And they got good depth in the front court, you know, not only with Pardon and Lumpkin, but, you know, also they could certainly play, you know, Taphorn up there, Skelly plays up there, Benson plays up there. They've got good size and, you know, have done a good job defensively around the rim, blocking shots, and obviously rebounding the ball, as we mentioned, mentioned there earlier. So they got good personnel, and he's done a good job with them. They've played well. We know it's going to take a great effort from our guys, and one in which we're all on the same page and have a great resiliency about us throughout the course of the 40 minutes. And you know, we're looking forward to taking the trip today and getting back out there anytime you have a rough week like we did this past week. Certainly offensively, you want to, you know, as a player and as a competitor, you're itching to get back out there. And, you know, I can sense even today we had, you know, probably one of our best practices of the year from an energy standpoint, how loud it was. And, you know, guys were excited to get to work today and, you know, finish up our preparation here today and early tomorrow morning for Northwestern. Questions?
Hey, John, it's Scott. Kipper obviously had a good game on Saturday, and he talked about his approach of kind of being, you know, taking what the game gives him. Sure, discuss that a little bit and just how tough might that have been, you know, for a guy that hadn't played in a long time to be patient like that.
Yeah, no, it does. It takes great patience, especially in today's day and age where everybody wants it now. And You know, it was a process for him. Obviously, he had a little bit of a disadvantage in the fact that he wasn't able to play in the first, you know, whatever it was, 10, 11 games, maybe 12 even, 10 or 11 DBs or what. So, you know, that was, and we had kind of a rotation and guys were playing, but he stayed with it. And when his opportunity presented itself a couple different times, I thought he played well in the minutes that he played, kept getting better in practice. And, you know, the one thing you can count on him for is he's going to compete and play with motor and play with great effort about every second he's out there. And so as he continues to grow and learn and figure out some things, you know, X and O's, and with experience of playing in the league and all that, those things I think will make him an even better player. But, you know, a lot of what he gets done right now, Scott, certainly with his energy, his motor, his effort, and how hard he plays.
Coach, this is Lauren. Do you have any information on Scottie Lindsey?
I don't. DB, I guess, said there's something online. I guess maybe at his presser today he mentioned that he would not be available and that Taphorn potentially would be based on how he, you know, practices today. But I haven't read that or seen that. You know, obviously I trust DB, and he just shared that with me, you know, a little bit earlier. So that's what we've heard. We obviously prepared, you know, over the last couple of days, you know, to have a game plan in place, you know, whether he's playing or not. So, you know, I've always said that I don't, you know, I've been through it so much here the last couple of years with guys, you know, coming in and out of the lineup for different reasons, a lot of them injury-based reasons. And, you know, I don't wish that upon anyone. I know he's a terrific player, you know, great kid, and, you know, hopefully he gets healthy soon, and hopefully it's wrong. Hopefully he is able to play tomorrow, but it sounds like he may not be able to.
Is that all? Derek, Tops, anybody?
I got another one. Basically, we're looking at Northwestern. Maybe Brian McIntosh has been, you know, the most steady, consistent guy in the last couple of years. Is how maybe of their other, you know, guards, you know, Vic Law, I guess, being healthy this year, and Scottie Lindsey, and, you know, kind of, you know, added to what they've been able to do this season.
Well, they're a huge part, and obviously you're talking, you know, 2 double-figure scores. I think those guys have certainly, in watching them, you know, watching our game from last year and then watching games from this year, improved and off from shot making. And I think one of the things that's unique about both Lindsey and Law is just their size at the positions that they play. You know, they've got great size and length, which, you know, they use that to shoot over guys or post guys, or, you know, they makes them a little bit more versatile than maybe what you see in smaller wings. So they got good size and length, but, you know, they've done a great job for them, and certainly been a big part of, you know, what they do. And obviously both of them can make shots, and that's always a good thing. But I think both guys bring even more than that to the table with their size and their length, which is what I think makes them the most unique when they play on the perimeter.
I got one more for you, Coach. You talked Saturday about, you know, not wanting the players to, you know, put, you know, extra pressure on themselves, but, you know, with another, you know, chance, you know, to maybe snap that road losing streak. I mean, what do you think maybe the team's mindset is having not had a ton of success away from home, you know, going back on the road tomorrow?
Yeah, I just think the thing we've talked a lot about, Scott, is staying in the moment. You know, our world that we live in is unbelievable. I mean, it really is. I don't know if you watched the Super Bowl last night. I enjoy watching the comeback there, and obviously the Patriots had great resiliency, just a heck of a football game. But we live in a world where, you know, someone had sent me a picture of the front page of the sports page, and very well may have been ours here locally, where right next to the win was predictions of who's going to win it next year. I mean, that's less than 24 hours before the Super Bowl just finished. So I think that's, you know, the challenging thing for a leader and a coach, a teacher, educators, to get those guys to stay in that moment. But that's what we've talked a lot about, because, you know, everyone around them wants to talk about, what happened a week ago or 2 weeks ago or what's going to happen a year from now in the Super Bowl or, it's human nature. And, I think the challenge is to continue to, live in the present. I mean, some of those things are, you can't control those things, but I know it's the world we live in. But I think the biggest thing is just staying in the moment and understanding that, what's happened in the past or, what's going to happen 2 weeks from now or whatever has nothing to do with tomorrow night. We got to go out and play and guys have seemed to be pretty receptive to that, but it's certainly challenging. I think it's challenging for, any 18 to 22-year-old kid or teams or players. Certainly in the world that we live in today, I think it's even more challenging than when I was growing up.
Is that all? All right.
Guys, appreciate it. Safe travels.